We're going.
Hi, welcome to another episode of That's Thing, episode 0.98. It is Monday, November the 9th. And I thought things could not get funnier after the orange one got COVID.
No, we were talking about that before the podcast. So today is going to be a special Raylith news.
Election.
That's a thing. Okay, so what's our news outlet going to be called? Our reputable news outlet. I don't want to call it the Raylith News Network because that's a little too Robert Murdoch-y for my taste. Put my own name on it.
Plus on block.
Plus on block's pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right, so that's going to be our new news segment, our news desk, our news analysis. So we've been discussing how about basically the election, the political election, the votes are coming in. Votes are coming in hot. And Trump's basically he's not gonna he's out of there.
Yep.
He's gonna try to sue, but it's not gonna work because like the margins are too wide. It's not like a Florida where it was like 100 votes. This is like 10,000s. This is
There's also already been a Georgia judge who threw out their petition when he asked. So you're saying a representative for Donald Trump for president wasn't in the room when there was counting? Well, I mean there was. Then what exactly are you petitioning for? And it's like, no, I'm asking you, as a member of bar of this court, were there people in there? Yeah, yes.
Actually, there was a non-zero amount. It's like, fuck, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's people.
As soon as I saw non-zero,
we didn't have.
I tech that throw might be the funniest thing ever.
The tech throw is the one. Because
the
real tweet came out an hour before basically the polls came in and announced it, where it was just Trump tweeting, "I won the election."
By a lot.
By a lot. And then it just card cuts to Trump, Joe Biden, President-elect.
President-elect Joe Biden.
It's very funny. It's very funny. Yep. So me and Nolan correspondent Nolan, can you please tell us about the Rudy Giuliani press conference?
Oh yes. So supposedly they are saying the Trump presser was like, there's going to be a press conference at the Four Seasons total total landscaping.
Yep.
Like, what? So it's the hotel? No, it's just some empty lot next in like an abandoned alley. We're going to be telling you it's
that's what
there's a picture in the chat.
Yeah, we've seen the pictures.
Oh my god.
it's just there's
Did you see that like 50% of every donation that goes towards paying for the litigation fees for Trump, half of all those donations also actually go to paying off the debt his campaign ran up.
That's even better.
Yeah, well, that's why you and Nolan were talking about how if you've seen the picture of Giuliani giving his press briefing in the alleyway, and Nolan made the thing, they're out of money. They're broke.
They're broke.
They're putting some stickers on a garage door in an abandoned alley, and that's our press junket. And Giuliani looks full Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, like the exact same mannerisms. He's just going like, "Who called it? Who called the election? Oh, all the networks? What does that? No."
Even Fox News?
Yeah, all that. No, everyone's. It's pretty like it's done. No. It's gonna be a nap and screaming.
At some point, Trump was yelling at Fox News like, "How dare you count those numbers and not say that I'm winning?"
Well, at least you still got Tucker Carlson, that human piece of garbage.
Well, I mean, according to Tucker Carlson, we're gonna get on our next conspiracy theory updates that Joe Biden is a hologram. He is a deep fake, as you've seen from the clips.
Oh man, that's cool. We got a VTuber for president.
Yeah. Yes, my VTube avatar.
That's a bad take. That's gonna help him. If more people knew that, it wouldn't have been so close.
Damn it! Okay, so if I was talented, and I was gonna say fuck it for a joke, I would make a VTube avatar of Joe Biden, and that would be my VTube avatar.
Yeah.
Just like, hey kids, it's me. And that joke would be funny for around like 3 seconds, and then I would have to deal. But then I would keep it going because I spent all that work on it. And I'm like, no, this is the stream now.
So let me tell you, Kevin, you have until January 20th to get that VTuber ready, and then you have at least until January 20th, 2025 to run with it.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of so my personal. So I mean, we're gonna put an asterisk on this podcast right now, and say that not things are political action and activism. You still have to keep doing it, just like drawing a webcomic. You got to do it forever. So that all being said, I think it's going to be really funny when Twitter bans Trump's account.
Man, I think it's gonna be even funnier if like they have the stones to finally prosecute that sack of garbage.
Maybe it depends. It really depends on public opinion and other stuff. I mean, listen, the Plus on Block news desk, very reputable, but I'm 90% sure that like Nixon was pardoned, right?
Oh no, he was. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that's also because he stepped down and his vice president stepped in. He didn't lose an election.
Oh, thank
He
you,
left.
thank you, political historian Drew.
Yep.
No, this is the quality of this is why we're a journalistic source.
Yep. And I think you can very much point at like that instance and then all of the Reagan presidency for what modern Republicans are.
Yeah, it's just, oh god.
Yeah.
So
Man.
I really want him, and honestly, I want Mitch McConnell's turtle-looking motherfucking ass, and all of them to actually like face repercussions for their actions,
Oh,
and for the 200,000 people they've killed.
I just think it's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so it was true that the neighbor was
Had his whiskey lullaby going on.
yeah. Or I mean, that's what it appeared to be. Listen, this is still like a source. Maybe just really enjoyed country music. Who knows? You never know. But that is our political
You
news.
are in southern Appalachia.
Yeah, that is our news update.
Oh, I've got hot breaking news also coming in.
All right, what do we have on the news desk?
Capcom was hacked in a cyber attack.
Really, did they discover any more on-disc DLC for Cross Tekken?
It does not appear to be so at this time.
With the data still being parsed.
Yep.
There may be like another character on there, like in the files, like how Luigi was found in Super Mario 64, like the data, and they constructed him.
Oh yeah, breaking coming in. It turns out Luigi also in Cross Tekken.
Ah, that was.
Obviously, he appears to be right next to Ancient Ogre on the Tekken side of the select screen.
Oh, that's interesting. That is a good picture, Nolan. That's uncanny.
They said no consumer information was leaked.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Because whenever consumer information gets leaked in one of those hacks, I always feel like it's going to. I can't look at the chat. It's distracting me. So Nolan posted a picture of
the pale man from Pan's Labyrinth,
and
contrasted with Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. And they kind of look the same. Oh, I mean, if you want the real one, here, you guys talk. I gotta search for it.
All right.
You can hear me typing.
So Nolan, do you think they're ever gonna actually make Tekken Cross Street Fighter? Because I know Harada keeps posting polls and asking people, and I think they're still interested in it happening. And I think Tekken 7 has kind of also been a lot of groundwork of testing how 2D characters can work in a 3D environment with Geese and Akuma, and even some of the crazier stuff that like Noctis can do. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the next game after Tekken 7. I hope it is.
All right, I posted the image that haunts my waking nightmares.
Sorry, are you talking about Mitch McConnell? My girl, fiance made that.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the one that haunts my every waking dream.
Gold.
I'm the baby.
Gotta love me. Baby Sinclair. All right.
Did you? Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, any other news desk we need to talk about, or can we get to the real important things, which are not important at all?
I think that's all I've got.
All right. So we're.
I have one more, which was I don't think we talked about this last week though.
All right.
But it's the Phoenix-like resurrection of Mike Z, followed by his downfall again.
Oh yeah, where he was like, Mike Z was on the netcode team for Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus netcode edition, and then they discovered like, oh, it's Mike Z, and they kicked him off of it.
Again.
That was a brief where they're like, oh, you get out of here. Get out of here. They got like a broom. They kind of poked him out of there.
Yeah, it's that game's still like $3. If you, I get plus R.
I mean, that's.
Liz, let me tell you something about where this podcast name might be going.
Yeah, that's a special hint. That's where things are happening.
Yeah.
All right, now I can talk about stupid things. Or stupid, pointless things instead of stupid things that have geopolitical ramifications. So, I had to download Tinder because I need more comic material. So
What has happened to me?
Yeah, basically. And it's fascinating because
for those following Kevin, that means you have an OkCupid.
I had
you have
one.
a Bumble.
I had one,
and now you've got a Tinder.
Yeah.
The masses want to know: are you also interested in trying Hinge?
That's gonna be the next one. We're gonna see if I can. So what I'm doing now is because my content lacking.
How about Christian Mingle?
Yeah, no, we're gonna go to farmersonly.com.
Farmers only. And
tell us what only farmers understand, Kevin. I want to know what they're doing with that horse.
Yeah, that horse is there. No, the
we could try Black People Meet. I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's gonna go for you.
It might not work so well.
And then J-Date.
Yeah, J-Date. No, the plan is because I want to know. It's less about actually trying to get into a relationship. I just want to know, like, for a week or two to see, like, okay, what's going on there. It's similar to when I watch something stupid. So I went on Tinder, and there's a lot of stuff happening there, and it's weird. What's the weirdest part is what I've quickly discovered is despite the incredibly handsome looking drawings that I show myself in. I am not very photogenic. I do not take photos well. There's a
Kevin, how? Let me ask you about what's your lighting setup, and do you take them inside? And also, how many selfies do you take in a batch to evaluate?
like one,
Oh, see, there's your problem.
maybe two.
Yeah. You gotta take a couple. Make sure to
You got-
make sure to aim it up too, because it makes you look a little better.
Yeah, you want to hold it above, angled down, and you will have a lot of natural light coming in.
Okay,
Yeah,
see, because
if you want like a multiplier on that, put the cat in there.
oh
It works
no,
every
that's
time.
that's
Yeah.
happened. There's one where I did that.
And
See-
take at least a dozen.
Okay, so like my plan was I was
That
going to
actually
be
worked for me.
I was
It
going to be
worked for you.
sitting in the front seat of my car. I was going to be wearing my sunglasses, and I was going to have like the camera below kind of like shooting up at me, and I was going to kind of give a smug grin. You know?
You don't. No. You don't want camera below, angled up. That makes your features look worse.
That was the joke.
You want camera from the up, looking down. Also, don't wear sunglasses, because then ladies feel like they don't get to like see your face.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Also, drive around the town just for one day to like. Listen, Southern Appalachia has a lot of nice photogenic areas, and you got to take advantage of those to make people think you go outside.
Oh. So you
Especially
mean
right now.
God, I should take a picture of myself right like the dumpster and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
abandoned like because to me that's the old Kevin dating tactic is you got to hit them hard at the beginning. They need to know what they're in for. You don't
Yeah.
hide it. You don't be better than yourself. You be worse than yourself. So then it's a shocking, pleasant surprise. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see it, but I'm pointing to my brain. You can see my big brain powers.
Kevin, how long before you get like desperate enough for comic material that you join Grindr?
That's probably the comic. Where it's just well, I gotta do this now.
Okay.
And then it's just no matches, and then it's like even sad. It just turns sad. It's like, oh man. It's like, oh. Yeah, no, I think that's I don't know, I'm putting that in the notebook. My hilarious notebook.
All right. Is that the first thing in there?
Yeah, that's the first one. I did watch a movie, which, if we go by the scale of a did not complete is worse than a 0, then Terminator Dark Fate is a did not complete.
Oh yeah.
That the newest Terminator?
Yeah,
That's the new one.
Yeah, it's the new one. And honestly, it was a pretty decent, okay Terminator film until old Sarah Connor and Arnold showed up, and then it was like grandpa and grandma time, and they just it was bad.
That's the one where they put the liquid one on the regular one, right?
Yeah, they have 2 Terminators.
That's still such a good idea for natural evolution, and like I'm upset that wasn't Terminator 3.
Terminator 3 was stupid. But I liked it. It was dumb. But yeah, this movie, it was just kind of not very good. And old Sarah Connor didn't work because they were old, you could tell that like the stunt doubles were just like stunt double with CG head. And I don't know, maybe it looked better in the theater, but on like the TV, you could clearly tell it's like, no, this isn't them. Like you'd see them like old Sarah Connor get into a fight, and you'd be like, that's not her. She's like 75 or whatever. It's just like, no, it's not gonna work. Also, it's like, why did you need to bring Arnold and Sarah Connor back? Because that's not the point. Like, to me, people don't go to see Terminator for, well, maybe Arnold, but people go to see it for the robot. That's the point. It's It's like Alien. You don't need Sigourney Weaver back. You
I'm
just
going
need
to be honest.
Alien.
At this point, I just want the robots popping out of the portals and fighting, and that's it.
I mean, isn't that the
I don't
Christian
care,
Bale one?
Yeah,
No, but that one's still bad.
yeah, it's still bad, but
But at least it's trying something else. You know, it is bad, but an attempt was made, and I got to give it props for that.
so I'm trying to remember. I'm remembering the story is, it's an alternate timeline, and it's not Skynet. It's something else.
It's
They're still
Legion.
Terminator. Yeah, it's still Terminator.
Yeah, they still make. Now, it would have been cool if Legion didn't send back just skeleton robots, but just weird like shapes, or just like
You just want that angel from Ava.
or just
I kind of do.
or just what I want is it was in a Warhammer 40k novel, and one of the aliens, instead of having tanks, they just had like a sphere that just, it was like a bowling ball covered in guns, and they would just fire randomly, and they would just shoot it at you. It was like a tank size, and they're like, what is this? And they're like, it just kind of rolls around and shoots until it's done, and then it explodes. And everyone's like, that's horrible. And that was causing some problems for the Space Marines, because they're like, this is not even close to like a vehicle that a human would make. And they're like, yeah, they're like crab aliens. They don't care. They don't need to build a car. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. Also, Final Fantasy 14. That game's pretty good. I might subscribe to it. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. So Nolan or Drew, you got to step up to the plate. Talk about stuff.
You want to go first, Drew?
Nah, you can't, because I'm still trying to think about what I actually did over the past week.
All right. Let's see. I watch only like I've been watching a couple things. Finally finished season 2 of The Boys. Real good.
Okay.
Like I can't like rep The Boys enough. That's a good superhero show.
It's on my list.
That one guy's allergic to tree nuts, right?
Yes. He is.
The Boys is on my list.
Boys is just so it's like everything it makes fun of everything I hate about like DC and the Marvel franchise, and just fucking makes fun of it constantly. It's so good. Plus, I mean, I like America given actual human form in the character Homelander.
It's originally, like, it's based on the comic by Garth Ennis, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Who, like, I think he can get a lot of flack for how he does stuff. And sometimes it's, like, seems edgy for the sake of it, but also, secretly, he's still a good writer.
Well, no, I was going to mention that it is very edgy, but he gets away with it because there's something to the edge. It's just not...
Yeah, it's like if Mark Miller had subtext.
or had text.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a point here. This is not just for the sake of nothing. The characters are being crappy because that's the whole point, and that's going to come into play. It's like, yeah.
But yeah, Boys Season 2 is good. Fun finish that. Last week I started, since it was the season premiere, Mandalorian Season 2 is now going hard. And oh god, that show's still so good.
I'm glad to hear that it's still
good. It's like a mix of like a Star Trek episode and a like a Western.
Good, because like I don't have a lot of intent to get Disney Plus to watch The Mandalorian, but in my heart, I'm glad that something good is coming from Star Wars. In like my nerd heart, it's like, yeah, that's nice. It's nice to know that it's not Rise of Skywalker, Fortnite, and that's it.
No, I literally got Disney Plus the first time to watch it, canceled it, and then now I got Disney Plus again to watch more of it, which will probably continue to happen from now till the end of time. From now till the end of the show.
No, that's listen. If the mouse wants his money, then the mouse got to be making good things.
You gotta give him his cheddar.
You gotta give the mouse his cheese.
Cheddar.
I need it. I got that Star Wars Mandalorian you want, Nolan. I have it for you. Oh,
my God. Gotta get it. Oh,
you
no.
need it. You wanna know what happens to the child?
The first taste free. Come on.
Get him on
And I'm here just itching myself like, oh, I gotta get it. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Mouse.
You like that good Star Wars? If you don't, I'll give you the bad one.
If you don't, I'll bring up the bad one.
I'll hire JJ. I'll bring him back.
No. No, Mr. Mouse, please.
We're gonna have
Lucas came, J.J. Abrams directed. Oh.
Yeah. I'll bring back George.
Oh, I can still make it that last season of Game of Thrones.
I can bring those guys back. I'll have the dream team. It'll be the last season of Game of Thrones, the Star Wars prequels, and Rise of Skywalker. I'll take all the parts. I'll put them together.
Jedi Jar Jar.
All midichlorians. It'll be like Osmosis Jones, but midichlorians. And because George Lucas is there, it'll be like a 1950s sock hop.
You like Happy Days?
The Fawns will be the good one, but also the evil Fawns.
Do you ever want to see Obi-Wan water ski ramp over Darth Vader?
Oh man, now it's starting to sound good. That's the problem. If you go too bad, I'm like, yeah, give me that train wreck. Just give it. Give me the trash.
Just give me Ewan McGregor doing a water ski ramp over Anakin, just saying, I have the high ground.
Oh, that'd be sick. Now I'm in.
Then dabbing.
Yeah, always dabbing. It takes, and this entire series takes place within Fortnite. You have to log into Fortnite to view it.
Yep. It's like on a giant screen in the middle of a Fortnite battlefield.
Yeah, so you have to like go in there and like defend your Fortnite to watch it. Otherwise, like you will it's on loop.
That's when I unlock the pod racers.
Yeah, the pod race glider.
Yeah, you can drive. Yeah.
They get nerfed after a month.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, speaking of shows on TV.
Is that really?
No, that's what we're doing.
That's the segue you're using.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So my dad got into a show that the podcast listeners may remember Drew and Nolan talking about a lot. And that show was Letterkenny.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
My dad really likes it. And then he liked it a lot, and he's like, "You should watch it." So
it's good, dog.
It's really good. I've described it. I was like, "Oh, this is just R-rated. My Name is Earl."
It's I think it gets better once the second in command Goth leaves.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far it's really good. I like that show. It has a good tone to it.
Well, how are you now, Kevin?
I don't know the vernacular.
Good. How are you?
Good, and you?
I just know pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Oh, I love pitter patter. Let's get at her.
It's the way they act, man.
It's every single motion Wayne does when he's moving.
Dwayne reminds me of a kid I knew in high school. That was kind of basically Dwayne.
Wayne?
Wayne? Is it Wayne or Dwayne?
Wayne.
Wayne, yes. So that like that kind of generally kind of a nice guy, a bit of a smartass, but do not fuck with him.
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, I remember that guy. He was really great. He was cool to hang around with. He was one of those like he was one of the I would say a classroom acquaintance where
Yeah.
you'd be like, I'm not gonna hang out with you because we have nothing in common, but in class you're pretty okay.
You're all right.
You're all right. I'm down with what you're doing. So that's more news.
Yeah.
Letterkenny's pretty good. It's on Hulu.
Yep.
That's one of the things I appreciate about you, Kevin.
So I've been watching that like occasionally.
Um,
I finished The Umbrella Academy season 2. Not as good as
Is that
season
any
1.
good?
Season 1's really good.
Okay.
Season 2 has what I'm going to call the X-Men problem, where there's no conclusion. It's kind of falling into that comic book trap where you can see that, oh, this show has no ending. And it's just going to kind of, here's our season, here's our cliffhanger, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I'm increasingly not a fan of. Just give me an ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a self-contained arc. That's okay too.
Capitalism hates that, Kevin.
I know they
want
hate it.
perpetuity.
I know you got to keep doing it forever, but I'm okay with a season ending, and you could say, well, that's the end. Maybe they had some adventures other times, but you know.
Listen,
plot
Mr.
arc
Burns
is all-
tried to warn us.
Yeah.
You did.
So I watched for Halloween. I watched The Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, the old
That
one
movie's
or
really
the
good.
Rick
Yeah.
Moranis one?
The Rick Moranis one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one I
That's the
saw.
one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I like that movie a lot.
Oh yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
So you know, there's like the original ending for that movie is Audrey 2 wins.
Vaguely remember.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I like Audrey
Oh, I didn't know
too.
about that.
Yeah, it's whenever he goes to do the final showdown when the Audrey 2 just eats Audrey and then collapses the whole building on Rick Moranis and he dies.
Hell
And
yeah.
then Audrey just spreads throughout the world.
No, I love that ending. No, that's great. I love a bet like in a comedy and or a horror. Oh man, I wasn't wiggling. Do not switch device. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and in a comedy or a horror, and especially a comedy horror, I am very good with just everyone loses. I love that because I think that's very funny.
Yeah.
Just like
And
That's
we
a good Halloween
also yeah, it is. It is. But so we watched that and then we watched the 2020 Grudge movie, which is as good as Little Shop of Horrors is. It is not. That's how bad it is.
Did you complete the movie?
Yeah.
So that means it at least gets a 0.
It's just like, so they filmed the movie and then they cut it up and made it non-linear in an attempt to make it more interesting.
Oh, it's one of those
yeah.
where they filmed a bad movie and they're like, ah, crap, maybe if we like cut it up randomly, it'll be artsy. I hate that.
So the premise seems to be, and I think it's a sequel to the original Grudge,
Mm-hmm.
is so obviously the Sarah Michelle Gellar Grudge ends with her still being haunted by the Grudge.
Yeah.
Spoilers for the Grudge.
Is that Sadako or Kayako?
That's Kayako.
Okay.
And so this one starts with a lady who's obviously been in that same house and has a grudge curse on her, just leaving Japan and coming back to New England. Or maybe Pennsylvania, somewhere in the Northeast.
That Stephen King Northeast region.
Yeah,
You know
and
the
so
one. You can vision it in your mind.
well, I think his is always Maine. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
this is that far north.
like Boston.
And yeah, and so she basically puts the grudge curse into an American house. And we watch as family after family
Keep getting
goes
grudged.
through grudges.
I mean,
And I'm
so this
confused.
yeah, this is gonna be my being pedantic nerd powers, but I'd say like, come on, what I forgot Sadako and I forgot her name.
Grudge.
Yeah, come on, Grudge. Like those people didn't cut you up.
Well, see, my question is, so the plot of the movie is if you go into the house, then you're grudged.
Yeah.
So, but how close do you have to get to the house for that to take effect?
Yeah,
Like, do you have to go all the way inside, or does like being on the front porch count, or what? Where's the circle of grudge happen?
You know what would actually? I don't know if this is more.
Put a hole in like the side of the wall. Does that make it outside now, or is it still in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would make it more or less politically correct, but I think thematically would be more appropriate. Is like, so you want to do the concept of a grudge. Why not have it be like a Native American tribe that was killed off, and if you're settling on their land, they like the spirit attacks you.
Kevin, that's the Ryan Reynolds Amityville Horror.
Is that the Ryan Reynolds Amityville Horror?
That's the Ryan Reynolds Amityville Horror, and also kind of the original Amityville Horror.
Oh man, I thought I was being cool. I guess I guess I'm not a good horror writer.
Yeah.
The things that scare me are like when the fridge makes a noise, or like when
Well, there's a comedian who has a bit that like reality scariness and horror scariness are inversely related to each other. In a movie, it's the like weird noises and things you don't see that you're like, oh, this is scary. But in real life, your brain can be like, that's nothing. In a horror movie, they go into the kitchen. There's like a lady with like a deer head for a skull that's bleeding. They're like, oh, that's not scary. But you see that in real life.
I remember, did we talk about on the podcast the tag team movie where it's adult fears and child fears, and they have to team up because each other is immune to the other one's problems? Where the kid is like, oh no, my mortgage is falling through, and the kid doesn't care. It's like my nudes are posted on twitter.com.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What a weirdo.
Yeah. I don't want that happening.
Did you watch any Halloween movies for Halloween?
The only vaguely Halloween I watched was the first episode of Tite Kubo's Burn the Witch, where, man, that show is basically correct author Bleach Man Tite Kubo. He likes two animes. And those animes are Little Witch Academia and Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. Because if you merge those two things together, that's what you're getting. I love a good Xi Jinping as Winnie the Pooh. Makes me happy. So there was a weird. I was watching an episode of Andy Griffith where like the voice actor of Winnie the Pooh was a guest actor, and it fucked me up because the entire time he's like, "Oh, hello, Andy." I was like, "Oh shit, it's Winnie the Pooh." He's like, "Oh, bother."
What? Is that the British guy who comes over and is like their nanny for a while?
No, it's a guy who was like a traveling salesman, but he's kind of old and inept at it. And you can
Oh, yeah. And like they keep building like a shop for him to do just to piss off the guy who runs the department
yeah,
store.
just to piss off the rich guy. And he's like, yeah, no, we're gonna keep fucking him. We're gonna keep giving him like more business to say fuck you, rich man.
God, that is Winnie the Pooh.
It's Winnie the Pooh, and it's also like King Louie from the Jungle Book, and his voice kind of oscillates between them.
Oh, and yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith's still pretty good. I like Andy Griffith. It's my slice of life television show. That's my slice of life anime. It's about people doing Andy Griffith things. I don't know. I'm kind of coming apart. All right.
I think there's one political thing we did miss.
Oh, what do we
or
miss?
didn't talk about, which is
News update.
how Tennessee had the largest amount of votes for Kanye West than any other state.
Congratulations, Tennessee. I'm proud of you.
Tennessee,
I'm
you
proud.
clowned yourself.
You did it. Thankfully, that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I'm proud.
Well, I want to know how many votes he got, cause
that could be like 20. Like,
oh,
I want to know how many he got.
Votes.
So Joe still lost here.
Yeah.
Speaking of people being upset about, speaking of vote shaming people, did you see the Republican guy who was super mad at all the libertarians?
oh yeah.
Because if they would have voted Trump could have done better in some states.
Yeah, they got Green Partied.
The libertarians came through.
Yeah, they wrote
The
in.
only time you'll hear me say that.
They did it.
Ever.
No, they Green Partied it. They Green Partied just like I think it was Gore Bush. The third party spoiler came in.
Shoot, what's his name?
So what you would edit is as like Trump as
Vader?
Perfect Cell shooting the Kamehameha at Gohan as Biden, and then you have the libertarians as Vegeta just kind of hitting him in the back.
No, but it was Michigan though. Like that was the actual.
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yes, I did.
God, people got a lot of time on their hands.
Well, listen, the whole thing is that the pandemic made people sit inside for 6+ months, and they had time on their hands. That's what's happening.
I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing the actual photo shoot for the Four Seasons landscaping.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's really good.
Let me find the picture of what's next to the Four Seasons landscaping.
It's amazing. It's incredible. Like, you couldn't...
I just imagine Giuliani getting in the car and be like, well, this isn't the way to the Four Seasons Hotel.
I just imagine him just trying to make a break for the border. But he doesn't know which one to go to because it's like, oh crap. So he just goes like into the ocean to Monster Island. Oh man.
Let me find some of that good shit.
Yeah, the
Four Seasons total landscaping.
Memes going off. I don't know. Magic the Gathering, nothing's really happening. I keep getting soured on Legends of Runeterra, basically because I have no idea what's good in that game. It frustrates me. I still play it though. But that's about that. The PlayStation 5 apparently is coming out.
Yeah, apparently a lot of the menus are still just like have all the same issues and maybe even worse than the PlayStation 4 menu stuff.
Oh
that's
man,
gonna
Fantasy Island. See, okay, so I'm gonna say give props to.
He is looking across from this.
I'm gonna give props to Fantasy Island Adult Novelty Store because I feel like that is in what an adult novelty store should look like.
What store?
So across from
Did I not see something in the chat?
yeah, you got to look in the chat. This is the venues
These are the
that
neighboring stores to
Giuliani's press conference. This is like
Four Seasons Total
yeah,
Landscaping.
this is what's going on there. And I'm giving my props to Fantasy Island Adult Bookstore because to me that's what an adult bookstore should look like. There should be like a grind to it.
Now listen, I may be biased, but I remember every childhood vacation to Pigeon Forge and to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
There's a warm place in my heart for a little store called Sexy Stuf.
Oh man, Sexy Stuf.
Yes.
Sexy Stuf. That to me is the epitome of a adult novelty store.
Oh, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will fully admit it. You are correct.
Oh my gosh.
It is Sexy Stuf. 100% correct. 100%. Oh. Like that just opened up like a chakra gate in my brain and like all the flooding out. Man.
When's Giuliani gonna do his press conference outside of
The Sexy Stuf?
Sexy Stuf?
Sexy
He
Stuf.
can't afford Sexy
Yeah,
Stuf.
he can't. That's too high quality. He can't deal with that.
No, it'll be next to Sexy Stuf, in between Sexy Stuf and the
firework
on
mall,
TV. Yeah,
the fireworks store, and a stand
yeah,
where
the ads sold on TV.
one of those like knick-knack tourist traps where there's like a stuffed black bear in front of it, and they say bears in the back.
Oh,
You ever been to one of those?
yeah.
I think our family went to one of those because I needed to use the bathroom, and that was the closest thing. So like we pulled in, and there were like bears in the back, and there was nothing in the back. And that was my adventure with the whatever. Kind of petered.
Adult novelty store.
Yeah, adult novelty store. Oh man, Sexy Stuf. Whenever I see like games in there, my brain goes to video games. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh man, they got those hot visual novels.
man,
They got all the Future Larry game.
Oh man, Sexy Stuf. It's like part of me would love to have the fighting game meetup at Sexy Stuf.
So I definitely misread one of the signs on the front of the store saying dressers, toys, and lotions, and I was like, wait, what kind of dressers? Are you getting a Sexy Stuf?
Well, it's part of the thing where like I remember as a child whenever you would see that, and I would get confused because like you see videos and games, and then you see toys, and my brain goes, well, I like video games and toys. Why don't we go there?
This is a store for me.
Yeah. Like what? Like the
Look,
dissonance.
They even comedically misspelled stuff.
Yeah. That's like Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Like why not? Think about it. Just
Sexy R stuff.
should we rename the news to News Stuff? Stuf? News Stuf?
New Stuf.
New Stuf.
That's really good.
Drew went by.
He didn't like that. He didn't
Yeah,
like
Drew
that
did
at
not
all.
like News Stuf.
New Stuf.
Sorry, Sexy Stuf was too strong. I got disconnected.
Yeah, we were saying because I was throwing up maybe the news segment could be News Stuf. Because it kind of rhymes.
That shit.
It's
Yeah.
like it's time for News Stuf.
fuck, yeah, it has to be that.
Yeah. We have because technically the new Stuf, some of that would apply. We have videos, games, we have toys, we have dressers, lotions, lingerie. That's in there. We've talked about Nier before. It's fine. We talked about Tinder. It counts. New Stuf. I'm putting it in the chat so I don't remember. New Stuf. There we go.
Always in our hearts, new Stuf.
Ah, man.
I do not like saying Stuf, but I have to say Stuf.
Oh yeah, I like Stuf because that's what you look at it. Because it's one of those where your brain goes, I know it's supposed to be stuff, but
that's not stuff.
No, that's Stuf. It's like John Freeman, Savor of Hummin'. It's like you gotta say it. Oh, love it. Love it. It's a weird time we're living in.
Yes, it is.
But it's
hopefully it's going to get a lot less weirder.
Yeah, I think in summation, I want to go back to normal times. I am curious, as what was just said, where I'm sure it's like a red alert in the crappy old media where they're trying to make fun of stuff where it's like, ah, crap, without Trump, what are we gonna do? Like, we're gonna have to dredge up the Pumpkin Man again. That's not gonna be fun.
All comedy writers, we are for hire. Most of our content in these past 4 years have not been centric to the Orange One.
Yeah,
and we haven't lost listeners.
No,
in fact, we may have gained some.
I think we are high projected, but like where else are we gonna get quality entertainment like New Stuf?
Yeah.
Listen, like Flock Weekend Update. You got New Stuf. We got talking about Geese Howard.
Yeah.
We got thinking about like Lady Geese Howard and how that kind of makes me feel funny. I don't know.
Would you call her Swan Howard?
Oh, that'd be pretty. Yeah. Oh, I like it. But it's like I saw that and I'm like, I like what's going on there. We're pooking it. There we go.
I don't see that in chat.
Constantly retweeting that Donkey Kong meme where they're dancing.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong meme. We got that.
Oh, it's funny.
You got the Eric Andre bit where just like the Joe Biden is just like his face on like a turkey just coming down from the ceiling. It's just unceremoniously. Oh, we got all this. We got all this stuff.
We talk about Giant Bomb a lot.
Yeah, we talk about other things. We talked about Star Wars. We even did some deep cuts referencing strange magic and the wills of the Force and Osmosis Jones. Yeah, we in there. We got all the hits. We got anime. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna close out the podcast. I'm gonna click on this Donkey Kong Country bit, and then I'm gonna kick over. This is the end of it.
Later days.
Treasure, fame, fortune. I can't go. Huh? I've got a date with Candy.